Oh my goodness. If I slip here, this looks horrendous. This is what I was hoping for. Oh, wow! Holy moly, let's get over to the edge quick. Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Hiking the Wainwrights. It's flipping marvellous to have you here with me today. So in the last few videos I've mentioned that the next Hiking the Wainwrights episode, the fell tops need to be clear because the particular fells that I'll be hitting have got some of the finest views in the Lake District, without a shadow of doubt. And I thought today was the day. And you'd think it, wouldn't you? Blue sky everywhere. The whole national park, blue sky, except for where I'm going. As I drove down the valley, all these clouds just suddenly started to form right above where we're going. Honestly, you can't make this stuff up. But it's okay, it doesn't matter, we're still going to enjoy it, and who knows what's going to happen up there. Sometimes it all just blows out and you get these incredible cascades of cloud and all sorts of stuff, so it could be very exciting. If not, I'll just come back and do it again on a clear day. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the route and see exactly which fells we're going to be hitting today. Once again from the old Dungeon Ghyll, we're going to head down the valley towards Stool End Farm, but instead of going down Oxendale, we're going to branch off and head up the Band. This is the standard way up to Bowfell, but what we're going to do is we're going to branch off once again here and walk up towards the beginning of the climb's traverse. Across we'll go and then up past the Great Slab towards the first Wainwright of the day, Bowfell. What a fell. After marvelling at those views, we're going to drop down to Ore Gap and then make our way up to Esk Pike, a woefully underrated fell. Then it's down to Esk Horse, where we'll switch back towards Langdale and go past Angle Tarn. Up to Rosset Pike, the third Wainwright of the day, before dropping back down into Langdale via Rosset Ghyll and then picking up the path along Mickeldon, aka the Trudge of Doom. This is how slow it feels. At that point, it's just a case of getting the head down and dreaming about that pint. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? I'm very excited, and looking at the conditions today, it could be absolutely stunning. So I can see that the snow at the top of the band there. At that point, I'll probably put my spikes on and yeah, start to really enjoy it. Right, let's go on to Stool End Farm like we did last time. Hey, Gertie. Oh, so cute. You know, just driving in this morning, going past the new Dungeon Ghyll. Just before that, actually, as you come down the valley, there's a beautiful old barn there. When you come round the corner, you get the barn, and you have these mountains in the background and some larch trees. It just looked like Switzerland with the blue sky. You could have, if you'd taken a photograph of that, you could tell somebody that's Switzerland and they'd believe it. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's at this point in that last video up on Pike of Blisco, up there, and Cold Pike, it's here that I put my spikes on because it's like walking on glass. I don't know if that came through on the video, but it was thick, solid ice, and poor Finn was just skating all over the place. Okay, in that last video, the Pike of Blisco one, we carried on down that way, but today we're going up the band. And it is a bit of a slog up here, it has to be said. Every time I come up here, I think, oh God, I hate walking up the band. So some of you who've been following the channel for a few years will know that I've already done a video of Bowfell and the Climbers Traverse. However, it was another 360 camera jobby. It wasn't great, I don't think. I did that just after I got back from Nepal, but yeah, I've been itching to get back up here and do, hopefully, a better job of it with this camera. I'll let you be the judge of that. Please be gentle. So in terms of weather forecast today, it's 0 degrees right here in the valley, and that's going to raise a little bit throughout the day. And the forecast is around about -3 at the top, and then there's a 30-mile-an-hour wind apparently, which will bring the wind chill factor down to about -15. So it is going to be a wee bit chilly up there. That's a fine view. I love this with the leading line of the wall and Langdale pikes in the background. Gorgeous. All it needs now is like a hurdie on top of here or something. So just to help you get your bearings, on that cold Pike Blisco video, we walked down here, crossed the bridge over Oxendale Beck, and then up there, up to Brown How. And it was really steep there, I don't know if you remember, it's very snowy and icy. And I was worried about Finn sliding down in a coat. And then it levels off up there, you can see where it levels off. It goes round the corner. This is Pike Blisco here. That's looking really nice, you know. The crinkles, that, you know, just watching the clouds forming on the peaks and then blowing off. Lovely. That's not bad, is it? Not a bad view. So in the space of just a few minutes, and I mean just a few minutes, you can see it's all started to gather up the clouds here. Oh heck. And to be fair, it was forecast to be, you know, 60% chance of a cloud-free summit. I think later on the rain's coming in. So yeah, that might happen a bit earlier, who knows. First patch of snow. We kind of get into the bottom of the snow line now. I think if you look over towards the Crinkles, which is out of sight now, it's over that way, we're actually slightly above where it's fallen there. So looking back into the valley, and I'm not going to keep on talking about this and mourning, but you can see this high level cloud has moved in now, acting as a little bit of a diffuser, and it's really soft light in the valley. It actually looks quite nice. It's not really photograph worthy, but it's definitely nice to look at. Looking over towards Rake Rig, you can just make out the trees there. I think they're larch trees. It's kind of difficult to tell from here, especially with these eyes. But yeah, lovely. And then Lingmoor. It doesn't matter what the weather does. It really doesn't matter, because it's just lovely to be back out in the fells. Don't get me wrong, it's been nice doing these low level stuff. You know, Derwent Water last week was good fun. I do like that walk, but it's just so flat. And I crave being up in the mountains and away from, you know, the roads and people. So I've got like a real sense of relief today that I'm up here, getting out into the wilderness with you. It's wonderful. Ooh, Some nice light on the crinkles. Wow. That's what we want today. That fleeting light. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, when you're here, I can only get across so much on these videos. It's just a completely different sensation when, you know, you're actually here. It's incredible because you're kind of getting that the full IMAX experience. And you know, there's not a breath of wind today, certainly not here anyway. And it was supposed to be a southeasterly, which is that direction. Nothing. I thought it'd be really windy at this point. And I've not brought the drone. You know, the original plan was to get the drone up over Bowfell because it is that kind of summit, a little bit like Pike of Blisco, quite conical. It's great to get it up and do an orbit. But the forecast is, you know, 30 mile an hour winds, gusting to 50 a little bit later on. Hey, Hurdy. Look, whether we see views today or not, I will definitely come back and do Bowfell as a standalone video again in future because it is that good. It's definitely up there in my top 5. So without a shadow of doubt, I will be up here again and I'll do another video and hopefully get the drone up and do that kind of shot. So you can see they've brought in these stones here, these bags, probably to resurface this bit here, put in the path, because you can see it's eroding quite a lot. And yeah, they dropped these in using a helicopter. Obviously, no one's going to hoy them on the back and lug them up here. So yeah, the path's okay at the moment. It's pretty clear and dry. I suspect a little bit further up the path will just disappear and it'll be deeper snow. I mean, you can see it's a proper dumping up there, so around about that point I think I'll put the spikes on, I reckon. And this is just a guess. It's Monday today. Yesterday was a beautiful day as well, and I think a lot of people would have been up here doing the Climbers Traverse, so I reckon it's going to be quite trodden down there, compacted snow and ice. Maybe that it thawed a little bit and then refroze, I don't know. So it could be quite icy along there. In my mind's eye, I'm kind of seeing it as pristine, untrodden on snow, but I doubt it. I'm pretty sure lots of people would have gone across that yesterday. Oh wow, it looks like it's really clearing out to the south now. Well, certainly a patch of it. That's absolutely stunning. But it's at this point, as we approach the big boulder here, that we come round a corner and we've just got our first glimpse of Bowfell. There it is, in the cloud. But I'm hoping that by the time I get there, which is probably a good hour at least until I get to the summit, I'm hoping that it'll be clear, but hey, it's trying to clear. That is definitely trying to clear. So there is a good chance of getting some clarity up there. My goodness, how it has changed. Look at it. Oh, wow. I don't know what's coming out in this camera, but kind of worried it's either too dark or too light, but flipping heck. It's like being in heaven. I think it's about time to put spikes on because I've got to that point, and this is how I gauge it really. I've got to the point where I just feel like I'm looking at the ground all the time and having to concentrate on each step. So if you're doing that, then you're obviously worrying about slipping. So yeah, might as well get them on now. I don't think it's going to get any less icy than this, so let's do it. Oh, you know what? It's like chalk and cheese. The difference between walking without spikes and with spikes is incredible. Look at it. It's come out really bright as well now. It's a bit of a worry because I've not brought my sunglasses. I'm going to end up with snow blindness. Oh, it's gorgeous. But that wind has got up, and just standing there for a bit, putting the spikes on, I got really cold. So I don't want to put my coat on just yet. I don't want to start layering up too much, because at this point we get to see the route up to the beginning of the Climbers Traverse. Kind of branches off there, and it's quite steep. It's going to be a little bit of a sweat fest, I think. So what I'll do is I'll hold off with the coat, and then when I get to the beginning of the Climbers Traverse, that's when I'll rug up a little bit. So if you cast your mind back to that Crinkle Crags wild camp I did, it was up there just next to that knobble, and it was a completely different kind of day. It was so hot. I remember coming up here, up past Warney side, and I thought I was going to drop down dead at that point. It's so hot, and there was no wind, there's no airflow at all. Before we continue, you can see the main path going off up that way towards Three Tarns, but the one we want is this kind of little branch off here, and you can see it kind of snaking up towards the top there. That's where the Climbers Traverse begins. But look at it behind. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, that is just flipping gorgeous. It really is. I'm sorry, I keep saying the same stuff. I just look at it, everything, the foreground, this little frozen stream here, the bit of grass sticking up above the snow, obviously that in the background, you know, Pike of Blisco, got Weatherlam and Black Sails now visible, Cold Pike, Crinkle Crags. Oh, I just don't like to look. And out this way we've got Langdale Pikes just here, and then we can see High Rays as well, just touching the clouds, and then Blencathra. And a minute ago I could see Skidder, but I got too excited and carried on walking and forgot to tell you. What a place, what a life, wonderful. By the way, if you're enjoying this as much as I am, which is probably impossible I'd imagine, but if you are, I'd really appreciate it if you just smash that like button, please. It makes a huge difference to the channel and reaching out to new audiences and bringing more people in, because obviously the more people are watching, the more the message of getting outdoors, getting away from modern life, getting into nature will spread, and just generally bring happiness to people's lives, because that is what the natural world does. Flipping heck. Oh, I love that. I love this white crisp snow and that brown, and then the snow line on the pikes. Oh. Okay, I'm going to stop talking for a little bit because I'm going to need my mouth to breathe out of because it gets really steep here, just up to the Climbers Traverse, and then it gets much easier, and then it gets hard again. But yeah, we'll worry about that later on. Let's do this hard bit first. So far, I've not seen any tracks here, so it may well be that nobody was here at the weekend, which I find very hard to believe. Getting there slowly. Oh, just nice to have a breather every now and then. So I'm actually breaking the trail here. No one else has been up today or yesterday by the looks of it. So it's kind of a bit tough. We haven't got far to go. Just need to get my head down and get stuck in. God, it looks like I'm getting to the summit of Everest. That blue sky, beautiful. So you can't tell because of the snow, but this is actually a bit of a stepped path here, this last section. And it kind of finishes just there. This is quite the drift. I think I'm going to stop at this point and just get my ice axe out because I've only got a little bit more to go. I'm going to get it out anyway, going across the traverse. But if I slip here, then bye-bye. God. Oh, that's deep. You can kind of see, look, here. Let's push all this away. See, I'm actually on the path, look, just here. Wow, that's pretty deep. You can see it's very, very loose snow as well. It's quite wet. I don't know how effective this would be at arresting me if I was to slide. Okay. Finally, it's levelling off. Whew. Wow. Not bad, eh? Wow, it's drifted so much. It's looking beautiful, isn't it? Flipping heck. Up towards Glaramara. And we've got Rosset Pike just down here. So that's the end of the day. Got to get across here yet though. Look at these drifts. Wow. This looks horrendous. It looks impassable, to be honest with you. I can't even see where the path is. I think what I'll do is I'll go down as long as pos. And you know, if it just looks like it's going to be a bit of a nightmare and just dangerous, then I'll turn back and then head up the boring way. Okay, already I'm in a drift that's up to my knees. It's difficult knowing what you're stepping onto. I've only taken a few steps off the very end there, and just looking at some of these drifts here, I mean, I've got to step through that and then the path just disappears. I can't even see where it is. And of course, you know, there's a unending drop down that way. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to call it off. I think I'd be stupid to go across there. The problem is, I've got two minds, because I've got the sensible mind saying just don't do it because it's too dangerous, and then there's the YouTube mind that's saying go on, get across, it'll be great content. But yeah, I just don't think that'll be very enjoyable, and I think it's a bit reckless to go across there, especially filming it. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to head. In fact, I'll go check the map, because there is another path off from here that'll take me up to the summit. I'll see how doable that is. In fact, it might just be here, look, and then if not, I'll go back and head towards the main path up. It's just kind of put me back in terms of time now. That's the trouble, because yeah, it's only about 20 minutes across here, and then 10 minutes and you're up. What a shame. But I've got to do the right thing. I just don't feel comfortable going across that in drifts that are right up to my knees. I'm sure there's plenty of videos on YouTube of people doing that. Ooh, it's not me. Okay, I've decided to go do the other route, the path that branches off from the end of the Climbers Traverse, rather than doubling back on myself, dropping all the way down and have to come back up again. That's soul destroying. Let's see how we get on. Don't want to fall down that if I can help it. Okay, that looks a bit more straightforward, doesn't it? Oh wow. As disappointed as I am for not going across the Climbs Traverse, I get that view back, and I've never actually done this route before. I've never come along here, and it's lovely. It's kind of, it feels like you're on Everest. I think if I had more mountaineering style experience, it would be not a problem going across there. It's a bit disappointing, like I say, but I've got to put my life first, and I've got to put you first. I've got to keep bringing you videos. I can't do that if I'm dead. I hope you're enjoying it. You should be. I mean, flipping heck. Wow. If you want to know what the Climbs Traverse looks like, just go and look at my old video. The 361 is awful, honestly, it's rubbish, but at least it'll give you an idea. And I will come back, I'll do it on a dry day. God, I love it around here. Can you tell? Okay, I think I'm probably just going to link up with the main path up. It certainly looks that way. Yeah, it's just there. Check it out. This is what I was hoping for. I don't know if it's going to be the same on the summit, but at least we're getting a little bit out towards the west there. We're getting slight side, and just south of the summit of Scawfell. So the path is just there, look. Let's get onto it. And there's 3 tans. Oh, God. I was trying to say there's 3 tans, but nearly lost my leg. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry I keep saying wow, but wow. This is suddenly so much easier again. Yeah, should be at the top in no more than 10 minutes, I think. This levels off a little bit, then we have that final rocky push up to the very conical top. 10, 15 minutes maybe. Okay, first glimpse of the summit there. Just there, look. Isn't that wonderful? If it stays clear, by the time I get to the top, what I'll do is I'll give you a full 360, show you all the peaks, as I normally do, you know, when I label them. Because this one is one of the best places to get those views from. Full 360. Okay, had I continued with the Climbs Traverse and not died, I would have come out here, because this here, look, is the Great Slab. And it's kind of difficult to see it from this angle, but it is this huge, as the name would suggest, slab of rock. And it just goes off, you can see. If you stood there, you just slide off into oblivion. Yeah, I'd love to have watched this form. This is obviously some kind of tilt going on. Okay, I'm going to cut across here. The path is going off in a weird direction. The summit's here. Now, I kind of want to approach it from the north, because that is probably the easiest way. So I'm just going to cut across and find that way up. Well, they were right about the wind, that's for sure. It's definitely picked up, and it is southeasterly as well. So it's a weird kind of shelter down there on the band. Oh, this is what I was hoping for. And this is why I was waiting. sorry about the breathing. Whew. Okay, here we are on the summit of Ghyll. Look at this. So happy. This is what I was hoping for you, to show you, if you've not been here before, what it's like up here, and if you have been here before, to bring it back to you once more. I'm so glad it's not clagged in. I have to apologise about my nose though, flipping heck. Okay, what I'm going to do is, as always, I'm going to do the full 360 for you, show you all the peaks we can see from here, because we can see pretty much all of them. All of them. And then, while you're looking at that, I'm going to drop down here somewhere, out of the wind, get my jacket on, and get some scranage and a marsh bar. Right, enjoy. Not bad at all. And I'm so pleased that I've brought you up here on a beautiful, clear, sunny day, but also in the snow. I think this might be the last bit of snow we have this year, you know. It might be. Kind of into March now. And I know we've had snow later than that, but still. Wow. Anyway, satiated. Half of it's probably around my face. I do apologise. It's a real problem on these videos. I need to make sure that, you know, I haven't got crumbs and stuff everywhere, because that's just disgusting. Let's get on. Let's get on to S4-Ep8. That's it right there. Look, hopefully I'm pointing in the right direction. And we've got to drop down quite a long way, to be honest with you, down to Ore Gap. We lose, well, pretty much everything that we drop now going towards Ore Gap. We have to regain again almost all of it back up to S4-Ep8. So it is a little bit of a... But that's okay. I mean, it's not like it's a horrible environment, is it? It's not like I'm walking around some really dodgy area of some city somewhere. Sorry. I've just heard myself. I haven't stopped talking yet. That's because I've just eaten. I've got a massive sugar rush. By the time we get to S4-Ep8, I'll have completely crashed and I'll be a grump again. Right, let's get on. Yeah, so far today I've seen 0 people, which is unusual. Not so much, it's not that unusual, for a Monday, I guess, and a snowy Monday, but I can guarantee yesterday would have been very, very busy up here. Both fells are very popular fell, and I think you can see why. That's an outstanding view, isn't it? Look at that spin drift there. Yeah, it's interesting because the wind feels like it's coming from the west now, and it's supposed to be southeasterly, so it must be just whizzing right round the top of Bow Fell. Oh, I love that sound. The spin drift just kind of is hitting the top layer of this snow here. Let's listen to nothing for a minute. Wow. Not a sound. I hope you couldn't hear me breathing. You know, despite it being icy cold, especially in the wind, that sun has got quite a bit of heat in it. It's lovely. I can feel it in my hands. My hands are starting to warm up at last. If there's this much heat in the sun, I think, yeah, spring is just around the corner. I mean, as in proper spring, all the snow is going to go. And then it won't be long before we're doing some summer walks, which I'm really looking forward to because I do love those summer walks, long days into the nights. Don't get me wrong, this is flipping gorgeous. It's just that contrast. I think that's why we're very lucky here, because we do have the contrast, we do have those seasons. So, oh God, that's a bit deep. Wow. Let's get over to there. Snowshoes. Yeah, a lot of places don't have the seasons like this. So it's nice to be able to get out in the fells and just see that contrast between summer and winter. But I really do regret not bringing my sunglasses today. It's so bright. I'm trying to close my eyes every now and then just to give them a break. And snow blindness is no joke, you know, because what happens is the UV light gets reflected back off the snow, and you basically just get sunburn on your cornea, and then you go blind. Yeah, it's kind of serious. So I'm a bit annoyed with myself for not bringing them today. Come on, clouds, where are you? Alrighty, here we are at Ore Gap. So we've dropped quite a lot of height, as you can tell, and we've got to gain all that again. So I think Ore Gap is named as such because there is a thread of hematite running through here, and you can see it when you come across without the snow. Obviously, you can see that red in the soil and the rocks and what have you. So if you were to follow the pass down here, you'd end up going down to Angle Tarn. That's where we're going to be a little bit later on, after S-Pike and Esk-Hawes. And I'll show you the path, I'll show you where it comes out later on. And if you were to go down that way, you drop into Upper Eskdale to a place called Greenhole. That's Bow Fell. Hope you're enjoying it. let's get on up to S4-Ep8. So probably 10-15 minutes of a slog up here now. Wow, that's looking lovely, isn't it, over there? So a minute ago it was really bright and it was awful, but I think what's happening is all this cloud is starting to gather and we're getting just patches of light and then the shadow as well. It's just stunning to behold. Okay, I managed to pick up a bit of a path at last near the top. First glance of the summit. Skidder looks fantastic today. It's got an almost Mount Fuji look about it. All right, here we are on the summit of the second Wainwright of the day, S4-Ep8. Wow. Yeah, this is a magnificent view. So we've got a bit more out towards the north, looking down towards S4's there. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? I don't even know what I'm asking you. You can't tell me. We can now see Great Ghyll and Green Ghyll. I love this. All the rime on the rock. Love it. So there's very little point showing you all the peaks again because it's pretty much the same ones, just a slightly different angle. So I'm going to push on. That wind is kind of brutal, but look at it, it's lovely. Honestly, the rock, can you see the slight pinkiness to it, like peach, like a peach colour, grey and peach. Is that just my eyes? It could be my eyes. Maybe I've gone snowblind. They're just completely burnt. Kind of got a little bit buried then. Woo. That's nice looking down there towards Great Moss. Ooh, sinking. And you can see the river just threading its way down the valley. Oh, this is a stunning environment. I've said this before around this area. When you're here towards, S4's Great End, which is there, it feels like you really are in the heart of the mountains. Some people say, oh, Lake District hasn't got mountains. They're just hills. But when you're here and you're amongst it, they feel very much like mountains to me. Look at that for a view. That is magnificent. I've just clocked Sprinkling Tarn as well down there, and Seathert Fell. So if you've seen my Glaramara video, that was episode 2, I believe, in this particular season. That was a good walk, and I ended up getting to there and looking back and seeing Great End and S4-Ep8 with the most incredible light. Hey, this feels like the Hillary Step. Are you seeing this? Wow. I think I can safely say this has probably been one of the best days I've ever had out in the fells. In fact, I think it's probably one of the best days of my life. And that is no exaggeration. It's been stunning from start to not quite finish. I don't know when they finished. So all that could change. There's plenty of time for things to go horribly wrong. But yeah, incredible. What a wonderful day. Not seen anybody yet. Not that seeing people would ruin it, but you know what I mean. It just feels like I've got the whole place to myself. It feels like I'm very remote in some Himalayan, expedition somewhere. It does feel that way, look. It could just be in the foothills of Everest or something. Okay, here we are at S4. This is the true S4 because this is the col between Great End and Esk Pike. The bit down there isn't. I guess it's the col between. It's the col between the col and Allen Crags. Some nice light over on the pikes then, and there's a toss up between getting some footage to show you or getting myself a nice photograph of it. Chose the footage. Actually, I'm going to get a shot as well. Sort it. Love that light on Green Gable. Really looking forward to doing those two. That'll be the last season, I think. Wow, I'm kind of deciding whether I get a photograph or not. I don't know. Can't feel my fingers at the moment. Wow! Oh my god! Woo! Yeah, that's a deep drift. Need to be very careful around here. So I guess it's been blowing in from the west and then drifting over here. It's a random patch of no snow. That just feels really weird on the eyes. What the hell? It's almost as if there's some kind of thermal thing going on underneath. What the hell is under this mountain? Is it one of these alien spacecrafts? Right, this is the problem with this walk today, and I knew this was going to be, turning around so you might be able to hear me, I knew this was going to be an issue today. Walking back down here, we're walking straight into the wind because it's a southwesterly, so yeah, this is going to be, it's going to be interesting. I might just sit here for a few seconds, just get out of this wind. That's better. Okay, let's push on. That was quite a pleasant 5 minutes there, just sheltering from the wind. It's amazing actually how much shelter you get. Oh my goodness, look at the pikes. Right, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to take a photograph of that. Honestly, I shouldn't be allowed out by myself. As you'll see in its next shot, I left my bag wide open. How the hell I didn't lose anything is anybody's guess. Okay, we're now approaching the path that drops down from Ore Gap, the one I mentioned earlier on, just before I went up to S Pike. Alright, there you go. You can see people have come down there. It's quite a quick descent actually, so if you want to cut out S Pike, I don't know why you'd ever want to do that, to be honest with you, but if you did want to do that, that's how you do it. Wow, it looks so black compared to this white snow. I love that contrast. Oh, look at Pike Blisco. My God. That light is incredible. Chiaroscuro. Alright, that was a bit trudgy, but now got to the point where I'm going to spin you around. Bowfell. See Great Slab up there. But we're now got to the point where we split off from this path and go up to Rossett Pike. So this potentially could be my way down. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Down Rossett Ghyll, we'll see. I'm going to decide when I get to the top of Rossett Pike if I can be bothered coming back down here again. So the sun is right above Bowfell now. I just keep getting little glimpses of it, so I keep talking. But what it's doing is obviously the break in the clouds. It's just making Pike Blisco look unbelievable. Wow. It's looking nice down the valley as well. Flippin' heck. What a day. What a day. The snow is so slushy now. It's just sliding away from the ground. Okay, here we are on the third and final Wainwright of the day. Rossett Pike. Look at that. Speechless. Which is saying something, isn't it? For me to be flipping speechless, but right, I might be legless if I'm not careful around here. It's a bit of a nightmare around here. Oh wow, look at the light in the valley. Holy moly, let's get over to the edge quick. Can you see it? Oh wow. The light's gone though, which is a shame. It's nice down there. Could come back though. I am going to go down Rossett Ghyll because if I go that way, I'll be doing basically two sides of a triangle, walking out that way towards Stake Pass and then back down Stake Ghyll. Whereas if I go down here, it's just one leg of a triangle. Slightly longer leg, but still, it's still shorter than that. So let's get on and get down there. I can smell the beer now. I can smell it. I can smell the pub. So I'm ready. And if I'm ready here, that means I'm probably bingo fuel when it comes to getting there. I've got just enough in the tank. Marsh bar will get me just over the line, and then the pint will be quaffed. Hallelujah. Right. Concentrate, Craig. Concentrate. Concentrate. I'm delirious. Let's go. See, I just turned my back on it and look at it. Oh, for the love of Pete. I could have got that shot from there. The valley, look, whatever. Okay, so that's another reason why it'd be better coming down Ghyll, because I'll get that view. I won't really get it going down there. I might do, but not. Well, probably will. I don't know. But still kicking off. Back here, it looks exactly the same as it did a minute ago. Before I went up, and then it went all dull, as you saw when I got to the top. And now I'm back here again. It's got good again. I mean, I'm not mourning. It's not like I've not had a good day. Okay, back at the path. So, I reckon 30 minutes to get down here, down to Mickleden. And then, like I said, that trudge, the trudge of doom. I think what I'm going to do now is stop and take my spikes off. I've still got them on. They're actually pretty good on wet rock, but alright, spikes are off and coat is off as well. It's still blowy, but I can already, just dropping this tiny amount, I can tell that the air temperature is a bit warmer, and as I get down here and start generating heat, I end up sweating like mad. I've also put my camera away as well, because it scares the hell out of me going down things like this with the camera. All I need to do is trip, and then that's it, you know. It'll be in a gazillion pieces. And you know, that's when the light is going to kick off big time in the valley. It's going to look amazing. There's quite a bit of hematite around here as well by the looks of it. You can see that red there, look. Dare I say it? Yes, I dare. I think we had the best of the light, you know. I think we were very lucky, because as you can see, it's all gone flat. If that light keeps on creeping up towards the pikes, I might have to get my camera back out again. That's looking lovely. Bloody Nora. Look at it. Oh God, the light's got up to Ghyll now. Okay, overstate Ghyll. And so begins the boring trudge of doom along Mickleden. Hundreds of millions of years in the making. Volcanic eruptions, glaciation, over tens of thousands of years. And here's me calling it a boring trudge of doom. It's not that boring. Well, it is really boring. Okay, rather than boring you all to death with this awful trudge, pub is just round the corner. It's all the same from here on in. I might as well wrap up. Wow, what a day. You saw it. Flipping heck. It was amazing up there, absolutely amazing. And it doesn't really matter that I didn't do the Climbers Traverse. I still think that was the right call to make, because I think it was a bit tricky, a bit dangerous. But yeah, wonderful. And it's made more wonderful by the fact that you were here to experience it with me. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed that environment up there. Wow. Thanks so much for watching. I know that time is precious, so I really appreciate your time watching these. It's a big deal, so thank you. And I really hope you can come out on the next walk, wherever it is. I've got no idea where it is. In the meantime, let's get around the corner, get to the pub, and get a pint and just drool over this light. Have you seen it? Wow.